Welcome to Leicester Fan TV. Follow us wherever you are at Leicester Fan TV. It's Monday night. My name is Phil. It's 7:30. As you can quite clearly see, we're live every week. Just join me. Let me know your views. Let us know what you think. Has Brendan Rodgers, have we peaked? That's what Brendan's saying. We peaked. Don't expect anything too good anymore, fans. We peaked. I want your views. I want your comments. This is your show. Get as many views, as many comments in the next 30 minutes. Welcome to the Monday Night Fanzone show.
Welcome to Leicester Fan TV. Are you ready for the show? Thanks to our sponsors, ADT Taxis, Everard's, Pucka Pies, Pink Car Leasing, Leicester Riders, Hologram, The Fox's Arms, Peter's Pizzeria, Hope Against Cancer, and Newbie and Co-Estate Agents. We want your views, we want your comments, so join us live. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, indeed. Welcome to tonight's show. Please do me the favour. It's the same deal every Monday night. Comment as many comments as you like, and I'll get as many as I can on screen. You do me the favour. You like, share, whatever. Subscribe to Leicester Fan TV and help us out. This is your show. I'm going to just read out what you guys think. Yeah, I'm going to tell you a little bit about what I think. Of course I am. But we want your views in there. Joe, good evening to you, Joe. What do you reckon? Have Leicester peaked? Should we be? Are we all expecting too much? I know some of you, it's that glasses half full, glasses half empty. Time to go, says Ethan. There you go. That's one side of the comment. Red Face says it's time to go. Let's have, I want both sides of the debate. We want to have everybody. Imtiaz, good evening, sir. Hope you're well, keeping safe. What's your take on Imtiaz? What is your take on it? I'm not here to stir the pot. I just want people's comments. This is your show. We'll get as many of your views, your comments on it. We just want to hear what you think. Matty, good evening. Neil, good evening. I'm so happy Nacho and Wilf are coming back. Yeah, I know in a sad way to see them obviously be knocked out, but great that we're going to be getting them back. Good evening to the councillor. Get your views in, get your comments in. Andy Medhurst says no creativity, no desire, no passion, and no idea. Andy, you talking about me, mate? Honestly, you're talking about that's what my clients say to me at work. Anyway, listen, let me know your comments in there. LCFC Gray, good evening, says post-match interview beggars belief. Where do we go? Listen, I'm literally reading some of the bits from the Daily Mail where Brendan Rodgers, this is the Daily Mail, Brendan Rodgers concedes Leicester may have already peaked in their European ambitions with the Foxes devastated by last gasp's Spurs defeat, and he admits injuries have cost his side. He says Brendan Rodgers have warned that Leicester City may have already reached their pinnacle as he tries to pick them up. Have we reached our pinnacle is the question. I thought we reached our pinnacle in 2016. Listen, it's an interesting debate. Top Bins, great name, and a bit of a Top Cat there as well. Good evening. Get your views in, get your comments in. David, good evening. So many good evenings. I'm going to get them in there. Phil, are you Rodgers in? Whoa, do you want to start that debate, Joe? Are you Rodgers in, Joe? Yes, of course I'm Rodgers in. I don't want to upset the apple cart now, but I'm not without complaints, Joe, at the moment. Did he get it wrong? Did he get it right? Can't win them all. Here you go. Can't win them all. A point is okay. Is it though, really? Keith, being honest, point at home. Is it the manner of the point at home when you're winning 1-0, Keith? And then did we park the bus? Did we witness Brendan Rodgers go defensive with 35, 40 minutes to go? That's my question to you. Was that right? Was it wrong? It was clearly wrong in a way because we ended up turning a win into a defeat, second time in 4 days. Let me know on that. I want to talk about Kasper Schmeichel as well. I don't know if you saw it at the game. I don't know if you've watched it back on Match of the Day. Trust me, every Monday in the Leicester Fan TV office, me, Reedy, Jake, Sam, we have sat there and watched it in slow motion, yada, yada, yada. Watch their goal back. Kasper, you will see it when you watch it back. If I could share it on air, I'm not allowed because of copyright. If I played it in slow motion, you must go and watch it. Kasper lets the ball go. He thinks it's going past the post. Go and watch it again. If you don't believe me, go watch it again. Kasper lets that ball goes by. He spreads his arms wide and lets it go because he thinks it's going past the post. Honestly, that's my view in there. Maz, good evening. Chris says, didn't look interested second half, playing as if nothing to play for. Are we settling for mid-table in there? Red face saying it takes Sam Allardyce at that point. Oh, no, please, no. Anthony says, absolutely got tactics wrong again. Questionable subs. Phil, I'm Rodgers in. Thanks, Joe. All right. I don't really want to joke. I don't really want to have a Rodgers in, Rodgers out debate, because I think we're all on the same side and we need to go. Not have that debate. Neil says, I'm still fully behind Brendan. He makes the odd mistake, but overall, we couldn't really get anyone better. Okay. Well, I think you could be right, Neil. It is one of those questions. And somebody asked me earlier, when Claudio Ranieri's got sacked today, I believe he has officially been sacked now. Would you have Claudio back? No. I don't think Claudio would come back because we did the dirty on him, if you ask me. But B, no. We need to keep that, preserve exactly what happened there. And it's a bit like why Martin O'Neill never came back, because we didn't want to mess it up. Listen, I am going to put in the comments, if you want to come on and give me 60 seconds of your views, I've just shared it in the comments. You can click on and you can come on there. Andreas, probably the best question of the evening so far, says, where are the signings? Yeah, I can't see any either. I don't think we're going to do any, Andreas. We've pretty much officially said that. We are not making any signings. I don't really understand why. I think as a business, you need to look at it and you think, don't tell me we can't loan somebody in. There'll be somebody who wants to join Leicester City on loan, even if it's a championship player. Or Villa seem to be able to sign people at the moment, and people saying we haven't got the money. What is it? I don't know. To be fair, says Redface, that's not Casper's fault. Watch it again. I'm going to say it. Go off this video now and watch it, and then come back and let me know what you think, Redface. Watch Casper's action. He doesn't go to save the ball. He's watching it, and he pulls his arms wide, which is the usual reaction when a keeper thinks he's letting it go wide and doesn't want to touch it. Watch it again, Redface. That's my take on it. Honestly, TJ says, this season is a write-off. I agree with you, TJ, but I'd stick with Rodgers and build up to next season starting now. I think TJ's bang on. That is my view on it. I think it's not a write-off, TJ. I'm gonna pull that back. We're in the Europa Conference League. I'll happily win that if we can. I'm not taking that for granted, though. An FA Cup, we've got Forest away. I'm not taking that one for at the moment. I'm not taking Forest for granted, and I'm not taking Randers for granted. I'm taking nobody for granted. Like somebody just said, 1-1 at home. We'll take that. The moment it might be. Tom is saying a negative mindset once again costing us points in there. Why didn't Casper come out and punch? Says Andy. Let us know. Karen says, okay, so we're all managers. If everyone in the squad was fit and playing well, who's our starting 11? It's a fair question. And don't forget, Karen, we're not managers. We're just fans. Ross has clicked on that link. I'm going to get him in. Ross has clicked it. You can click it. It's all. Don't make it always be Ross. Where?
Thanks, Phil. Good evening to you too.
Yeah. 60 seconds, Ross.
Yeah.
Stopwatch. Go.
Ready? Go. So performance. We should have won that game. I don't know why Lookman was took off, because obviously 1-0 up. We should at least got another goal to seal it. And bloody Danny Welbeck again. He always scores against Leicester like Harry Kane does. Danny Welbeck scores. I haven't seen the goal back yet, so I don't know what I was about with Schmeichel, but
watch it back.
After that goal,
go on, carry on.
No, I was saying after that goal, they could have won it, but Brighton. It's just frustrating. We should have won that game. Obviously, now we've not got a game now until, as far as I'm aware, it's Forest. Is that right?
Have we peaked, Ross?
It's half and half, because I want to say yes and I want to say no. I think Brendan Rodgers, he's trying to, what's the word? Motivate the squad in saying comments like that. Because if you remember, Maddison sat down with him, said about poor performances, and now look, he's playing better than ever. So hopefully that could be like a mindset game. Let's hope it is.
Whoa, Ross, you're saying, telling the players and fans that we've peaked, we shouldn't expect to be quite this high, is a motivation.
It could be, yeah. But what I mean, okay, maybe by motivational, like trying to, like, hang on a minute, we're not peaked. We should be better than this. Let's go out and go play better. It's like a reverse psychology, should I say? That's what I believe.
Thanks, Ross. We'll see you soon, as ever.
I'm
Ross
getting the bus anyway. So.
Get on that bus, cheers, mate. Always brilliant to get Ross on. He's on the bus. If you want your 60 seconds, come on. It's literally your Fanzone show. Click on that link. Come on, let me know what you think. If not, if you don't want to come on because you're too beautiful for this, I'll put your comments up like Anthony. He's saying he has started to throw the players under the bus for his mistakes. Yuri last week. Now we're at our best. Did you see? Listen, where do you want to start tonight? Their goal when they scored it, and again, watch it in slow motion, and watch the following things. Watch Kagla Soyuncu carry on appealing to the ref instead of watching the ball and watching what's going on. Watch Soyuncu appealing. Number one. What is James Justin doing in the position he was sort of meant to be doing there in no man's land and not marking well back? I'm not particularly calling out James Justin. Where was he playing in that second half in that back five? Let me know in the comments. Where was James Justin playing in that back five? And then watch Casper. Just watch it back. And then, honestly, a positive for the tactics, by the way, yesterday, is that we seem to be putting two players on the posts again over the last few games, which is great. All us fans were saying that pre-Christmas. And Yuri Teleman's head's one off the line. So that was good. CK says, we've peaked. We've reached our pinnacle. We've overachieved. How nice from our manager to install so much confidence in our football club. At least he gets the third highest paid manager salary. Hey, well, it's an interesting one, isn't it? Neil says, although Casper makes great saves, the mistakes are racking up and they're costing him. Neil, honestly, if you watched the goal back, let me know your thought on it. Ian says, Brighton are draw specialists. They could have won it in. Who deserved to win that yesterday, Ian? Let me know. Get your comments in there. Charlie says James Justin is like a new signing. I know. And when Fofana's back, it's going to be like a new signing. And when Ndidi's back, it's going to be like a new signing. And when Nacho's back, we're going to get these players back. But we haven't really built on last season's. We finished 5th last season. I'm trying to say it. And we didn't sell anybody. Can you tell me how many times we've gone to a back five during the game and it has actually worked, says Tom. Tom, I can't. Anybody watching, can you let me know in the comments? That would be great. Somebody in the Facebook said, do Leicester sign another goalkeeper for next season? I don't think we need to. We've got Danny Ward. But don't forget, Casper, I believe, has said in the media he'd like to play Champions League next season. What does that tell you? We are close to breaking the financial rules wage being 105% of the income. Therefore, we have to get players out before we get any in. Fair enough, Neil. That's called managing it all. And we're in there. Lee says, what was the formation we finished with? It looked like 9 defenders, 1 keeper and 1 up front. Again, Lee, I agree. Tell me what was, Stephen says, wrong tactics. Tell me now. Where was James Justin playing in that back five? Can you put that in the comments? Let me know. Our players were out of gas. You're not the first one, Sir Councillor, to say that. They run us ragged. A lot of people said from yesterday that I've spoke to, players look like they were blowing after 75 minutes. We've had a relative little break. We've had our own winter break. We're going to another winter break. I think we'll have played 2 games in about 3.5, 4 weeks. And then, don't get me wrong, then we play 6 games in 18 days. So it will be busy. Keep getting those comments and do me the favour, please. I know a lot of you have. Give me a like if you're watching on Facebook. Give us a share if you're watching on Facebook. If you're on YouTube, thank you. Welcome to YouTube and subscribe if you can. I'm going to get comments in there. Anthony says, motivation is telling the players they are rubbish. It's Anthony. Yeah. Just go for the Conference League and the FA Cup. I don't think we need signings. Just signing for the sake of it is a bad idea that we've seen. That was Vestergaard. Yeah, you could be right, Adam. Don't sign anybody just for the same things in there. Brendan says, we haven't learned from the last game. FFS, he's been here 3 years. I agree. You've got a great point about Casper. Thank you, Redface. Have you been off and watched it? Honestly, I can't believe I'm telling you to stop watching this amazing stream on Leicester Fan TV, but to go and watch that goal. And I've got to give credit to Sam in the Leicester Fan TV office earlier, because he said, look at Casper, he's let it go wide. He's watched it go wide. Let us know your comments on it. We haven't peaked. We got there on merit. I'm sick of these comments. Excuses for him bottling top 4 in the last. Nick, I've got to be honest. I agree with you, because I've spent, as I've repeatedly tell people, 46 years of my life watching Leicester, and for 40 of those years, a League Cup win and a playoff win was as glorious as it got. I'm 6 years in now to a great escape, a Premier League win, a quarter-final in the Champions League, 2 FA Cup, 1 FA Cup, 1 Community Shield, and 2 5th-place finishes, a run into the Europa League last season. I'm not saying we peaked. I'm onwards and upwards. Why have we peaked? Why have we peaked? We haven't peaked. Good grief. If you went to work tomorrow and they said, it's not so good this week at work. Nobody's doing that good this week. But hey, we peaked last week and we peaked last month. We did good then, but nobody's expecting that week in, week out. You don't have to paint that wall as good as you did last week. You don't need to mend that plumb. Listen, Reed is here. 60 seconds. Anybody can click on it. I'm going to share that link again because it's Reedy clicked on. Ross has clicked on. You can click on. Ross has done it. Reedy, here we go. Reset. Start. Go.
Do you know what? I think I've flipped sides. I don't know why.
Flip flop. Here he is.
After the Chelsea game, we looked absolutely woeful. He had to go. Things have changed. Man City got 3 goals in 15 minutes. Liverpool beating them 1-0. One of the toughest games, apparently. We beat them. Yes, our defence was a lot more solid that day. We had Ndidi and whatnot. Newcastle 4-0. I don't know why. I've got confidence in it again. I don't know where we're good at attacking wise. It's just the defence. I don't think we had bad tactics against what do you call it? What team did we just play?
What, yesterday? Brighton. You were there, mate.
No. Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
Spurs, Brighton.
But the first half, our tactics were good. It came into the second half, they were good. But the moment we scored the goal and we brought Lookman and Barnes off, the tactics gone. Just defend it. That's what I don't like. If we kept going in that attacking formation and we scored one more goal, game over. We can't stop. We need to stop trying to defend. My best form of defense is attack. I've said that now. That is the best. That's the best way to defend. We didn't concede in the first 70 minutes, so why did we concede in the last 10? That's what I've got. That's what I don't get.
We talked, really, we were in the office earlier, and Tom's just said, I've watched their goal back, and you're spot on. That's poor from Casper. He lets it go wide. I'm not calling him out. I am, but I'm not blaming the whole defeat on him. I'm just saying that was a mistake, and nobody's talked about it.
You've got to think about it, though. If he makes that one-hand save and clears it, would they have scored? I don't think they would have. He made other saves to clear them out of the ball, so why can't he have done that one?
Where was JJ playing? Lee said it. JJ mentioned the change of formation after the match. Sounded like he couldn't understand the change. Where was he playing? JJ.
He started in right back, and then when Albrighton came on, he went into right wing back, and then JJ went into right centre back, and then Luke Thomas came into more the right wing back, the left wing back as well. So he played JJ for some weird reason in the centre back role.
So his second game back, and he's playing him centre half. Why did he not bring Ham? I know we're short, but why didn't he? He's played Hamza there the last 2 games. Why didn't he put Hamza on and put him in the centre half?
I'm not too sure, but like I say, is that a waste of a sub? You'd probably say. I don't know, but he wanted to take a winger off. That's your
time's
fault,
over.
not me.
That's your time fault. Over. Let's everybody say bye-bye to Mr. Flip Flop. See you soon, Reedy. He's off. Listen, in a minute, I'm going to get a few more comments up. Then I know Simon is coming on, Simon Marlowe, who a lot of you will know Simon and will have spotted what he's doing. He is doing a fantastic bit of charity work for the legend, and he is a legend that is Bernie. So make sure we're going to get him on. Before we I need you to like and share this video if you can, and subscribe. But like and share, because we want to get as many people to know about Bernie and what is going on and what Simon's doing. Ian says, we've been woeful since we lost Johnny Evans. We're a different team when he plays. Louis says, we had 1 shot after Daka's goal yesterday, and it was from the halfway line. It was shocking. Craig says, we're too sentimental towards old players at the club. The whole playing staff needs a shake-up to change things. LCFC Gray, I think this is the comment. Why defend 1 goal lead? Go for the jugular. We're at home against Brighton. I agree. We should be in it. Reese, good evening, Reese. Click on that link. Come and give me your views, Reese. Always welcome them. He says, Rogers in. I'm with you as well. Rogers in there. Jason, thanks for your comments. Says, it's all gone backwards since last season. FA Cup saved Rogers' job. That VAR decision right at the end, Jason, is that what you're referring to? If we hadn't won the FA Cup, which we did win it. We wouldn't have gone to the Community Shield, etc., etc. Wayne says the defence is not right, needs sorting ASAP, or we'll do nothing. Can't keep having the same conversations. But Wayne, we do. Oh, we do keep having the same conversations. Thanks for everybody who keeps liking and sharing. Let's get Simon on. Now, I'm going to click him in. Simon.
Evening, Phil.
Good evening. Brilliant to have you on, Simon. How are you?
Fair to middling.
Well, let's start. I mean, for a start, let's start with that shirt you're wearing. What a classic that is. Always love that one. Just before we get on to Bernie, Simon, which is why you're here to talk to us about, what is your sort of take on Leicester at the moment?
I think we're in a mess. We've got half the team out, the other half the team out in Africa, and I'm going to be unpopular now. I think the ground's flat at the minute. There was just no noise at all yesterday at the ground.
Simon, I think that's a really, really interesting topic, and it's something that I've commented about with some fans off record. The noise in the ground against Liverpool, it really got rocking again. But in most of the other matches, we seem to have a pocket of support in what was the family stand near the away fans. We've got a pocket of support in L1. We've got a pocket in the Union FS corner and the Cop, and then you get bits of it, but it's very spread out and doesn't really get much oomph going, does it, at times? But
no, you need to join the two sections together. You need to join Union FS with L1. I think the clappers have had the day.
You're not the only one who said that, Simon. A lot of people have said it. But I don't want... Should we be... We're talking about us as fans not doing the business. It's what's been going on from the bench, from the manager's area and on the pitch, isn't it, really?
It's, like I say, there's no songs anymore. There's the only one you can really hear is Pats and Daka song. That's it.
Yeah, no, I agree. And sadly, with COVID, another point here, Simon, with the COVID break, I've noticed a lot of the old songs have not been sung recently since we've come back. It's as though we've forgotten some of the songs.
Yeah, I think 2 years, 18 months in lockdown didn't do us any good at all.
No, I agree. Now, listen, Simon, Ernie. Now, I'm going to put a couple of photos on because some Leicester fans, especially the young ones, might not quite realise that who Bernie the legend is. So excuse me while I cover our faces, but this is Bernie. Talk us through what Bernie is to Leicester City.
He is Mr. Leicester City. I've known Bernie since I was, 15, 16, when I used to go to Rawlings School in Quorn. Came to a few years ago. We found out he was living in a care home, still had a season ticket, but nobody to take him. So to set up a group to take Bernie to the games, and I've been taking him ever since. Unfortunately, he's not been for the last few months. He's not been too well. But everybody at Leicester City has got a Bernie story.
Yeah, haven't we just? He is literally the legend. Again, back in the day, we're really talking Bernie's heyday was obviously back maybe in, certainly I remember him very vividly in the 80s, well, in the 90s in particular, under the Martin O'Neill area, because he was always very lively, very loud and around the place. But as you say, he's obviously getting on now and he is in a care home, isn't he?
Yeah. I mean, he's 88, 89 this year. He's become a bit of a recluse, but I still nip and see him every week, every other week, take him to the programme. Usually get a bit of feedback from Bernie on how the match has gone. He wasn't too sure about the last few games, especially not the Tottenham one, but that's Bernie. He's seen the good and the bad in Leicester, and he's never stopped him going, never stopped him singing for the lads.
No, he is a proper fan, and he is a legend. And obviously, you've got a Bernie style. I've got one of those hats, a jester's hat. Famously, Bernie, I think we've got a photo that we've put on with him in it. There he is with the FA Cup. That looks like it's in the Blues Bar.
Yeah, it certainly is. Always looks like Bernie does.
Yeah, he does. And talking of the FA Cup, Simon, what are you doing to try and raise money?
Bit of a daft idea. I watched the FA Cup fourth round draw. Saw we got Forest and thought, local derby at last. We've not had one for a few years. Popped into my head that Bernie used to be legendary for walking to most of the home games, quite a few of the away games when they were within spitting distance. So I thought, well, it's only 16 miles. Why not walk it from Bernie's care home in Loughborough to the Forest ground? And it sort of snowballed from there.
It's absolutely fantastic. So you're doing that walk, 60. Are you walking back as well, or are you catching the bus back?
I'll be crawling back.
Yeah, maybe a couple of pints on the way. Have you worked out which pubs are on the way, Simon?
I've driven the route, got a few pubs there, Mark. Could be churches, there it is on a Sunday, you never know.
So we've got a few. If you've got a little story about Bernie, put it on there. Ross says his famous "arr." It's not really. That was more of a pirate one, but he was a good old "arr," wasn't he? Can you do it, Simon? A Bernie "arr"?
Yeah,
that's it. That's it. Always makes me laugh and smile. Curtis says met him in the pub at Forest away 8 years ago. Neil says I remember Bernie's blue face, and you heard him. You heard him before you saw him. Walk to the games. Do you agree with that, Neil? Simon?
Yeah.
Do you agree with Neil?
I've heard Bernie walking all the way up Sheffield, Rotherham. he never drove, so I suppose to get around he had to walk.
Yeah, he did. I've shared the comment because you are trying to raise some money. I've shared it on Facebook and YouTube. Support Bernie. Click here, click on the link, and it's a GoFundMe, isn't it, Simon?
Yeah, I mean, it was going to just be for the Vichai Fund, but then somebody on Bernie's Facebook page suggested that we have a word with the care home, see if there's any bits that they need there. But the only thing they've requested up to now is a DAB radio for the day room for when Bernie can go down and listen to Radio Leicester. But no, if anybody comes up with suggestions, we'll sort a few things out for Bernie, and then the remainder will go to the Vichai Fund.
Everybody's saying to you, Simon, well done for doing it. It's really great of you to be looking after him and making sure he's all right. And it's really nice to know that there are, I mean, the Leicester City family is a great place, isn't it, Simon?
It's an absolute pleasure to look after Bernie. It's my chance to be with a legend. That's the way I see it. And Bernie's the nicest guy you could ever meet.
He is indeed. Simon, thanks so much for joining and explaining what you're doing for the Forest game. I'll share the link and we'll make sure we share it on Leicester Fan TV a few times before then, and hopefully we'll catch up with you on the day.
Yeah. If anybody's driving up the A60 on Sunday, give me a toot and I'll see you all at the Forest ground.
I assume you'll be wearing what's behind you. That's your jacket and your Bernie hat.
Yeah, and a pair of roller skates.
Brilliant, Simon. Thanks so much for joining us.
Right, thanks for your time, Phil.
That's great. Thanks, Simon. Lovely to have him on there. Great work he's doing. We've still got 5 minutes left, so get your comments in. I want to know, have we peaked? What do you make to Brendan and his tactics? What do you make to the players? And have you watched that? Have you gone off and watched their goal back? Trust me, if you've not watched it yet in slow motion, go watch it. Let me know your views on Casper. He lets it go. He thinks it's going wide. Honestly, he really does. Ross says Simon should take a horn. Reese says never met Bernie. Reese, I put that link in for you, mate, so you can click on it. He says, however, I do know of him from the Leicester fan pages, which obviously speaks volumes of his presence. Can't stand Brendan Rodgers out, fans. He is playing a BC tier team. What do you expect? Brendan Rodgers is a man for us. Okay, thanks, SB. Fair enough. Fair enough in there. Ian says, if we peaked, I'm worried about relegation. Listen, Ian, I think this season, I don't think for a second I saw Jamie's post-match comments yesterday, and he said, well, towards the end, he did say, well, we could end up in a relegation battle. There's no chance in hell we're in a relegation battle at all. We've got a chance in the FA Cup. We've got a chance in the Europa Conference League. We have got time. The councillor says, let's judge Brendan fairly once we have the injury count less crippling. Yes, but what do you think, councillor? What do you think? He had only got so many players yesterday, but what do you think to his tactics yesterday? Yeah, Andrew, I get you. If this is a bad season for us, I'll take it. I agree. It's not the worst. Kieran Dewsbury for captain for me, says Phil Upton. Hope you're well, Phil. The atmosphere starts on the pitch. Give us something to shout about and cheer about. I think you could be right there. I think you could be right. Can't see the link. Still banned from Leicester Fan TV. Click. Look, here is the link. Reese, I'm putting it. Oh, do you know what? I've just shared the Bernie link. Reese, it's on there. Go on YouTube, mate, and click there. Gray has clicked on the link. Let's get his views. Gray, good evening.
Evening.
It was great to see you down at the King Power Stadium last week. It was nice to see you.
Yeah, nice fun to meet you, mate.
In real world. I hadn't realised we'd never met in real world, so it was nice to actually shake your hand and have a beer. 60 seconds, Gray. Have we peaked? Brendan Rodgers, tactics. What's your take?
I can't believe Hamza didn't start. I would have played Hamza and Amati at the back. I don't know. I'll be honest, mate. I fell asleep for the second half. But I always knew Welbeck was gonna come on and punish us. He always does. What's he scored this season? 3 goals, 2 of them against Leicester. He punished us 15-16, didn't he, against Arsenal? Not dealing with crosses into the box again. Casper should be sort of commanding that 6-yard box, you know. So
did you watch? Have you? I don't know, Gray, if you've watched their goal back and noticed what that Casper thinks it's going wide. In my opinion, have you?
Yes.
Watched
Well, I actually spoke with one of my customers who was there today. sitting right behind the goal, and he thought it had gone behind. He didn't
Yes.
realise he scored. So
No, well, I think Casper thought that. I genuinely, if you watch it back,
yeah,
he
pulled-
does. You know the bit where they do the arms wide as though
Mhm.
they're let it. That's what he does.
Yeah,
He doesn't go to save it.
no, and you know there was the early warning signs 2 minutes before with Welbeck and that header, which he pulled a magnificent save off. So
Yeah,
you can't blame Caspar. You know he's the games he's kept us in, the FA Cup final save, and that yes he should be commanding that 6-yard box. And I personally. Playing the keeper before, I probably would have come and caught it myself.
Gray, just before I let you go, because I'm trying to give everybody 60 seconds.
Yeah,
Tim says a real leader coach won't accept the idea of peaking. Will always look to prove. What's your plans for work this week, Gray? Did you peak last week and then this week you're not going to be so good? So is that all right?
I'm in sales, mate, so I'm not allowed to peak.
Oh well, surely if your boss said to you, "Oh, don't whip it, you've peaked." We don't expect that all the time. What would you? You're in sales, then, Gray.
Yeah.
What would you think if your boss was telling you that?
I wouldn't listen. I'd carry on doing my job the way I'm employed to do my job, and if I was wearing a shirt for my team or earning the money that these boys are paying, then you should be peaking every game. You know these are young lads in their prime, want to play football. Some want to be going to World Cups.
Well, yeah, they want to be going that way, don't they? Harvey
Yeah.
Barnes hasn't peaked. Luke
No.
Thomas hasn't peaked. Yuri Tillemans hasn't peaked. James Maddison hasn't peaked. I could go on. James Justin for Fafana.
I thought I had to check your finger then, Phil. I wasn't sure what one you were doing.
Is this one? I know. Well, look. Let's put this on. Keith says just before it goes. Keith says Gray's on. I've just sent the kids out the room. Keith is right. I'll let you go, Gray. Thanks for clicking on, mate. Reese, we're overrunning, Reese. So literally, great to have you on, Reese.
It's been a while.
It has. Good. Come and join us every week. Give us your 60 seconds. Come on.
I don't know. I just think it's been a difficult start to the season. We've had obviously a lot of injuries. Don't want to pressure on that too much, but I know what you're saying earlier about the fans and the support in the stadium. When I sit in SK1, which is where I mainly sit majority of the time, it is very loud. But at the end of the game, there's a lot of booing, and I don't understand the booing.
Yesterday. There was. I don't agree with it.
I don't understand the booing, and I did shout something at the up there, but yeah, I just quickly scurry out because I don't want the hassle. But yeah, I don't understand the booing, and you know,
no, I don't.
Rodgers, Rodgers in. As everyone knows, probably from watching the channel over the years, when a manager does bad, I'm straight out. You know, it was same with Ranieri, same with Puel, same with Shakespeare. But with Rodgers, I don't think he's took us as far as we can go. A lot of other people are saying he's won us the FA Cup. We've had 2 top 6 finishes in the Premier League. Every team has allowed a dip. You know, you look at Chelsea have had a dip. They went back and won the Prem under Conte. You know, when we won the league, they had a dip. United have had a dip for a few seasons, and Arsenal have dipped, and now they're getting back into the top 4. So every team has allowed a dip, and I think we do need to strengthen. I've just watched Sky Sports, and they're saying that we're not looking for a centre back in this window, which we definitely should be, 100%, because we saw Vestergaard, who's 6 foot whatever he is and can't head a ball, has no pace. Soyuncu, I don't know what's happened with him since the pandemic. It seems as if maybe something psychological is affecting him. Fafana's our best centre back is injured. You know, Johnny Evans I love Johnny Evans, but he's now an injury-prone centre back. Without injuries, he's, in my opinion, one of the best centre backs in the league. And then, you know, you've got Amati, who, in my opinion, has been our best player this season by a country mile. I absolutely love Daniel Amati.
He says he was outstanding. It was good to get him back yesterday.
I think every game he's played, he's been the one. And even in the early stage of the season, when he's dropped Amati and put Vestergaard and Soyuncu in there, or Evans and Soyuncu in there, I don't understand it, because for me, Amati is a shoo-in. And the way Amati has performed this season is next season, I think Amati is in my starting 11 for next season with a new centre back or Fafana. You know, I'd like to see an Amati and Fafana centre back partnership. I think they've both got a bit of pace. They both are okay on the ball. You know, they're both ball playing centre backs. But yeah, Difficult start to the season, but I don't think it's over for us. You know, certainly don't think we've got a good run now. We can go for the Conference League, I think. I know people say it's a Tin Pot trophy, Mickey Mouse or something, but it's a trophy. And at the end of the day, that's what we want to win. So I don't know if I've talked too much now, but
you've well overrun your minute, Reese. But I'm interested in what you say as ever. So I'm going to let you go. But great to get you on. Thanks for coming.
Yeah.
Do join us again, mate.
I will do.
Always great. Thank you, Reese. Always great to get as many comments on. We have overrun. Apologies that we've overrun. Join us every Monday, 7:30 for as many comments as you can get in. And it's great to, we've had on tonight, we've had Reedy, we've had Ross, we've had Simon, we've had Reese. I'd get more on, just you have to click on that link and come in. So make sure you join me next Monday. Last few comments before we go. Matty Bond says, Dave Runney should never have been fined. It's a debate. Why is there so many injuries? Obviously, Castagna's out now as well. Definitely over Forest players coming back, says Maxine. Amati has come good recently, but was shocking over the last few seasons. Disagree with that, mate. Actually, Amati, before he got injured, was playing really well, in my honest opinion, but you're allowed yours. Evans and Fofana is the best combination by a country mile. Gray says, ask Keith what he meant by his comments. I think you know, Gray. We know what could come out of your mouth, Gray. The odd swear does come out here and there because the passion shows when Gray is on, like it does with all of us. So many views, so many comments in there. Please, before we go, let me remind you of the great work that Simon is doing. There is Simon with Bernie. He's doing a fantastic walk. He's going to walk all the way from Bernie's care home. The legend that is Bernie, he's going to walk all the way to Notts Forest ground. I've shared the link and I will share it again to you. Let me just literally do that before we go. Let me put it in the comments. While you're still watching, there is the GoFundMe for Bernie. It's in there. If you've got 50p, if you've got a quid, think Bernie, 88 years old, in a care home, the legend that he is, watching Leicester City. I hope I make it to 88 like Bernie. Will you make it? Can you watch Leicester for all them years and survive it? Thanks for watching. Can't do it without all your views and comments. Join Jack this week, Wednesday, 8:30. Tom, Thursday, I believe, at 7:30. I think Jack's at 7:30, actually. Tom's at 7:30. Reed is at 7:30. The world famous Foxes Aftermath show is on this Sunday morning with Jamie from the Foxes Arms in Alcudia. I'm back next Monday, where we're going to have a big topic next Monday. Big topic, a bit of a mid-season winter break, but we have got loads to talk about. One of the topics we were talking about today was which players, and you can think you've got all week to think about this, which of the current players would get into the current squad, would get into the cup-winning side from 2015. I'll see you later.
Welcome to Leicester Fan TV. Are you ready for the show? Thanks to our sponsors, ADT Taxis, Everards, Pucka Pies, Pink Car Leasing, Leicester Riders, Hologram, The Fox's Arms, Peter's Pizzeria, Hope Against Cancer, and Newbie and Co-Estate Agents. We want your views, we want your comments, so join us live. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.